It was Rocio Bolivar, if I can pronounce her name correctly. It was Rocio Bolivar that had the magical powers shooting out of her ass that she smeared all over a sign after also urinating on it. Yes, she defecated magic that was spread round the internet. And it was claimed that it was at an anti-Trump protest, but that is now debunked. In fact, I found a video debunking it shortly after I uploaded a video to YouTube that was a more censored version of a video that I previously had done for Twitter, or put on Twitter. Yeah, so here I am, standing in this messy kitchen, in front of the camera, because it's a great place to set the camera. There's a nice little place to set it, so, you know, don't need to set up a tripod, can be lazy, just stand here and talk about the video that defecated around the world. The defecation heard round the world! All of the signs and details in the background are a little hard to make out. Yeah, apparently it's just some nonsense to make liberals protesting Trump look like gross dirtbags. When it was actually a protest going on in Mexico about some business in Mexico. With a Mexican person protesting, I guess, the Mexican politicians. Yeah, we could take a look at an article that I found on Google, and I translated it with Google Translate, which, you know, it's not perfect, but hey, it's actually pretty good to be able to translate stuff that way. I like Google Translate. Okay, thanks to Google Translate and a small amount of research on my part, I found this website here. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. I'm going to guess WebGuerrillero. Anyway, it's Spanish, but thanks to Google Translate, I can kind of read this. And as we go down, we see they're about to talk about that video. And the title is, To Change the Pry, We Have to Cagar? Translation might not be perfect. Oh look, propaganda in favor of Hillary Clinton over there. Yeah, wow. Even they get propaganda about Trump and Clinton, pro-Hillary propaganda. Anyway, it's all over the place. It's insane. Anyway, alright. So, alright, what do we have here? And, from what I can tell, it's probably an error of the translation, but they seem to still be talking about the same person. They seem to switch back and forth between he and she. So I'll just read this the best I can. And do not expect me to pronounce anything correctly. Oh, look on the side, more propaganda. Donald Trump, a zealous Zionist in service of Israel. Oh my God, the crazy propaganda. Anyway, that's what it says over there. That's what it says. Fuck. Yeah, propaganda around the world. But anyway, here we go. Don't expect me to pronounce things correctly. Performance carried out on July 7, 2012 in the Zocalo Rico Beauvallier. I'm not sure. Anyway, the poet Rocio Bolivar, the frozen grape, the same who defecated and pissed on images of Inque Cogelandia, Umba Miendio, Pene grandson, Pena Nieto, in the presidential campaigns of 2012 in rejection to PRI. We'll be visiting the Mykohan capital to participate in academic activities. In a lecture... Wait, that says in a lecture? in a lecture of the degree of History of Art of the University of Morilana, titled Survivor of Censorship, scheduled for this November 15. Like I said, there's going to be issues with translation, and don't expect me to pronounce anything correctly. Icon of the underground culture in Mexico City, born in the same city in 1956, Bolivar focuses his artistic proposal on the criticism of the repressive ideological burdens that women live mainly in Mexico. It has a trajectory in the television and Mexican theater. It reflects the biography in its website, racaobolivar.com. In 1992, she began her performance career from the reading of her porno-erotic texts. Since then, her work has been presented in festivals in Europe, Asia, North and South America. He has obtained the Grant Forment to projects and cultural convestiments. I really think I should be able to pronounce that one. Coinvestiments. Anyway, whatever. Of FONCA, FONCA. It's all capitalized, so it's probably an acronym. Granted by the National Council for Culture and the Arts. I'm bad at pronouncing stuff. Even words that I'm familiar with, I just sometimes get tongue-tied on. So, yeah, expect me to get this wrong, because how much of this is in a different language than what I'm used to. Alright. Granted by the Culture and the Arts. He has made documentary exhibitations? Is that the way? Of his work in museums such as Ex Testra Arti Actual, INBA, and El Musico, I guess that's Experimental El Eco Unam, UNAM, that last one. Anyway, he or she, looks like a woman, has defecated on a sign and urinated. In the video, we mostly see the urination going on. But there's obviously feces there, because urine doesn't smear like that. It's a liquid. Made a paste on a sign. Anyway, this is the person, this is the event. And it's being blamed on liberals protesting. I can't even say protesting. Oh, God damn it. It's been used to demonize liberals protesting Trump. Though I myself, I think everybody has the right to protest. I think, come on, you're buying into media propaganda if you're that upset about him winning. And you know what? I blame the media. I mean, the amount of propaganda, I've never seen anything over-exaggerated to the extreme that Trump has. So what do I think about the whole issue? I've gone through a few camera batteries ranting about this, but I'm going to sum up what I think about the whole issue as simple as possible. I'm not going to comment on what went on in Mexico because I'm not really up on those events of 2012 in Mexico, where Rocio Bolivar, however you pronounce her name, I'm not sure about that, urinated and defecated on a sign and smeared it all around. I really don't want to think about that. Once this video is over, hopefully I won't have much reason to think about that ever again. But I'm not going to get into that because I don't really know what was going on politically there. However, it is very dishonest and disgusting to make people protesting Trump out to be, disgusting, feces-smearing individuals. Which is why, when I previously talked about this video, I said there was no evidence that it really was taking place at a Trump protest. That said, I probably would not protest Trump myself, and I am a little bit disturbed by anybody supporting Hillary Clinton. So, I really don't have a positive outlook on either side of this, but everybody has the right to protest, and it is dishonest to make people out to be disgusting shit smearers when they're not smearing shit. although there has been some bad activities going on during the protests, but I'm not here to get into that. When the Facebook group Trek Against Trump got the signatures of a whole bunch of the people related to Star Trek or connected with Star Trek to say that they support Hillary Clinton, I kind of gave my opinions on Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump in that video, and how horrified I am by Hillary Clinton, a warmonger who, ruined places like Libya, who, she pushed for the actions that went on in Libya, which took a nation that had health care, standard of equality, and, things set in place to help, the little people who want to buy homes, took that nation and pretty much wrecked it. And she supported the Iraq War. She was in favor of the Iraq War, and she pushed for the bad shit that went down in Libya. So, to me, her supporters that talk about, I don't want to live in the U.S. under Trump, yeah, send them to Libya. Hillary remodeled it for them. Fuck them. That's where they should go. Trump said he didn't support the Iraq War, and that was debunked by one quote where they asked him if he was for it, and he goes, yeah, I guess so. I wish we just got it right the first time. Which to me is like if you said to somebody, hey, you want to go to the pizza place across the street? We're all going there. And they responded with, yeah, I guess so. I just wish we had someplace good to go. It's like a passive-aggressive way of saying you're not going to bother arguing and you're just going to go along with what everybody else says. But, I mean, right from the start, I don't know how everybody didn't know the Iraq War was going to be a disaster. I mean, blowing up people and schools and hospitals, all the casualties caught in the crossfire. No, they weren't going to be... I knew right from the start they weren't going to be viewed as liberators. Fuck. Just about everything that was said about Trump has been overhyped by the media and exaggerated. So most of these protests, I feel are people who don't even know what they're protesting. Which I approve of protesting, and I love it anytime conservatives get protested. To me, the conservative movement, conservatism in general, to me is just kind of a way of justifying and rationalizing evil and selfish acts. To me, that's what conservatism is. Look at this. The conservative philosophy, to me, is just politically evil. Not all conservatives, I'm not calling all conservatives evil. In fact, I don't have any desire to call Trump particularly evil. I mean, 2 of his kids murder wildlife, and I think they're disgusting for that. But other than that, I have nothing against anything to do with Trump. Pence is very stereotypically conservative. He could be the next Dick Cheney. It looks like if he had his own Force Lightning belted back at him, he'd wrinkle up and turn into Hillary Clinton, which is kind of like turning into Dick Cheney. It's all the same fucking thing. The Emperor Palpatine-like motherfuckers. Hillary Clinton, Pence, Dick Cheney, all of them. From what Trump has said, I think he deserves a chance. And he's definitely a lot less scary than Hillary Clinton, who's saber-rattled against Russia. The world should be sighing with relief. Ah, we're not getting the warmonger after all. Because Hillary Clinton would have been fucking scary. I mean, look at what she's done. And look at what she was asking to do. People should be concerned by that. Looking like the Trans-Pacific Partnership is gone, and just bringing it up in conversation was a service to humanity. I don't have a lot of appreciation for the Trump protests, because it's usually mostly pro-Hillary nonsense, as much as I love conservatives getting protested. Yeah, okay, I talked about a lot about this before, and if there was a politician in the United States that I actually felt like I would support and completely agree with, or at least mostly agree with, Jill Stein. I think Jill Stein was really cool. Bernie Sanders was pretty good too. But you know what? I don't have that much hate for Trump. I feel most of what he says that's bad has been overhyped. And I also don't really approve of people exaggerating the protesters to make them out to be gross, feces-smearing individuals. And I did talk about this video before, in a previous video, and I'm glad that I had the foresight to say, Well, I mean, it was kind of obvious. There was no proof that it was taking place at a Trump protest or an anti-Trump protest. I mean, clearly there was no audio, and all the signs that were being held by the protesters or on the ground were way too blurry to make out. So you can feel free to check out other videos where I talk about this subject, or just other videos of mine. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I had wanted to talk about Trump's election, but I think I'm gonna... I don't want to edit that anymore. Well, I really gotta say, I'm kind of sick about talking about things that have anything to do with politics, and politics in the United States. So maybe I will avoid doing anything else where I talk about political stuff for a little while. Even though I had other videos I had planned to make, maybe I'll just edit them later. Even old news is still something worth talking about later. Well, if I stop and think about Hillary Clinton, it's almost as sickening as watching somebody smear feces all over something. Still a hilariously disgusting video, regardless of whose protest it took place in. Alright, so that's one disgusting video down. Hopefully I won't see anything else so disgusting that I feel the need to talk about it. Could there be anything else out there so disgusting that it would draw me back to talk about this more?
The results of the election were a stark reminder that we still live in a white supremacist, patriarchal nation.
God damn it all. Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go again. Propaganda smearing assholes trying to make up bullshit just to push their own political nonsense. God fucking damn it. God damn that Anita Sarkeesian. God damn idiotic fucking god